Hi guys, welcome back to Raise the Tarot and welcome if you are new. My name is Stella and in today's pick a pile, pick a crystal, pick a card reading, we are going to look into what your person or the person that you're inquiring about, what they felt during the last interaction that you guys had. So this could be the last time that you saw each other, the last time that you spoke to each other, the last time that you like texted or some sort of thing like that. Doesn't matter. We will look into like the objective energy of the interaction in the first section of the reading. So first we will dive into some oracle cards in order to see the general energy. So we will look into, by the way, it will all be from your person's perspective. There will be different sections, but it will all be from your person's perspective. So it might not resonate completely with how you live things. Just so you know that this will be completely from their perspective. So we will look into how they were feeling, what their kind of energy was during this interaction, what the objective energy of the interaction was, and also how they perceived you during that interaction. And then afterwards, we're going to look into the tarot to dive a little bit more into depth and in the specifics of how they felt about you and about that interaction, what they felt essentially. Okay, so their thoughts and feelings, and then afterwards, as per usual, we are going to close out the reading with some more oracles for advice. And yeah, that will be it for today. We have 3 piles that you can choose from. The first one is the Wild Unknown Tarot with this. I'm going to stand up because last time I was having like this weird ass little disco effect from the focus, so I want to avoid that. But yeah, pile 1 is the Wild Unknown Tarot with this little amethyst heart cluster. Please focus. Yeah, there you go. And pile 2 is the Field Tarot with this blue kyanite. And for pile 3, we have the Prism Tarot by the 8th house with this blue agate. So as per usual, you might, by the way, sometimes see like glimpse of my blanket because it's freaking cold and I need like layers. Anyways, as per usual, definitely feel free to like pause the video or just sit a little bit with the crystals and the piles to see which one or ones call to you the most. As per usual, it's also always more than normal to be called and to resonate with more than one pile. One might be the last time that you saw each other physically, and one might be the last time that you spoke to each other. Or it might be about different people. So definitely just use your own discernment and intuition as per usual. The disclaimers are always listed down below in the description box. And the only thing that I will limit myself to say is that you should be able to use your own discernment when it comes to deciding which things apply to you in your life or not. And if you're not able to do that, then maybe it's not a good idea for you to watch tarot readings on YouTube. Okay, so that was it. I hope you guys enjoy your readings and I will see you in your pile. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the purple amethyst heart as well as the Wild Unknown Tarot, this is going to be a reading all about how did your person feel last time that you guys either spoke or saw each other. So the last, if you will, significant interaction. And yeah, we are going to look first into these couple oracles that I've pre-shuffled for you, and then afterwards we're going into the tarot. If you skip the intro, I just mentioned more in detail what we're going to do exactly there. But without further ado, let's see what we have here for you. So about your person's energy, what their energy was during this last interaction we have the box. And this is number, oh my god, is it like four? It's for number 44. There you go. And then we have two of these cards. The first one is hunger. And then we have faith. We have the element of water. I will check in a bit if everything is like on camera or not. But let's just see. And then we also have I respect the property of others. Then as for the objective energy of your interaction, we have the second house. And we have two of these elemental cards. The first one is the earth element with expansion and north, number 1. And we have, is this also the element of earth? Oh my god, I don't know what this is. It doesn't say on the card. Anyways, attraction with magnetism. Don't worry if you guys can't see it. I don't know. I have to check in a bit. But yeah, for how they saw you and how they perceived you, we have the vessel with number 49. We have Saturn in reverse with feels restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work, and patient. Put it there. And we also have the dolphin with play, so in the happy joy of living, inhale confidence and exhale fear, dive into your wisdom, go with the flow. So I'm going to check the cards. Feel free to like skip ahead while I rearrange this from a higher perspective. Just kidding, just looking at the camera. Anyways, God, how am I gonna do this? I don't want to cover these. Is that, yeah, you can kind of see it like that. Wait, let me. There's a lot of cards here. Okay, let me do this. Can you see everything? Yeah, nice. I think this works, doesn't it? Cool, we're good to go. Okay, this is a little bit of a confusing energy from your person, pile 1. And I don't think, it's not in a bad way. It's just, I feel like this person was trying to place you, or they were trying to understand you. Although with this, first of all, let me say they're very attracted to you physically, for sure. And I feel like there's this intriguement, this intrigued energy from their side towards you. I am guessing, or like what this feels like is that you guys don't know each other that well. So this literally could have been like an interaction online, like either on like a dating app or some sort, or like you guys haven't been talking for a lot of time, or you guys have been just like texting back and forth a lot, in which this person is definitely showing a lot of interest, so showing a lot of, they might act also very sweet towards you. Like they might just not have to hide that they're attracted to you and that they have kind of tender, more sweet, kind of nice feelings towards you in that sense. But they're also definitely like the first thing perhaps that called them in from you is how beautiful you look, essentially. Because we do have the hunger card here from their energy. Which with the colors of the sacral chakra, and we have the vessel, which is all about the body, and we have attraction with magnetism. So that's definitely enough indications of the fact that this person is definitely very physically attracted to you. Anyways, I forgot, as per usual, to mention the signs that are signs and numbers. So we have the second house, which is the house of Taurus. We have Saturn, which is the ruler of Capricorn and Aquarius in some systems. Then we have a lot of water, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces might be relevant for both of you guys. And we also, I feel called to notice the number 4, since we have a number 44 and the box with this like 4-sided square shape thing. And also a little bit of earth energy, so again Taurus and then Virgo and Capricorn. So definitely those might be relevant, doesn't have to be at all. But yes, where were we? I definitely feel like with this second house, like talking about the energy and the nature of you guys' interaction with each other the last time that you interacted, or like that you saw each other, that talked with each other. It might definitely be that it was, if you guys have met each other already, it might have been something like a second date or something like that, or just like the second time that you guys saw each other, potentially. It might have been at someone's house, because we do have a bedroom here coming, like just in this card. Uh, doesn't have to be. I don't feel like that would be the case for a lot of you, but and there was definitely a lot of conversation. I feel like perhaps there was a lot of focus on you. How do I explain this? I feel like your person was, or like at least they felt they were more in a listening energy than a talking or like giving type of energy. Because they're definitely very intrigued about what all the things that you were talking about. And with this Saturn in reverse card coming through with the dolphin play card, I feel like perhaps you were sharing a lot. Like that's also why I feel like it could have very well been like a text interaction where you guys had like a very long conversation or a very significant conversation that kind of brought you guys closer, or that kind of activated this attraction between the both of you. Because if you are asking about this person, then you know it's pretty clear that there's some interest also from you. I feel like with this Saturn card in reverse coming through with the dolphin card, this person saw you and sees you, or at least during this last interaction, they saw how much you have struggled and how perhaps you were sharing things about like childhood trauma or like past things that happened to you, or like maybe your struggle with things like mental health or just like personal struggles. But at the same time, like they really noticed and they really understood and heard you about those things, and they really kind of I want to say they saw your pain and they saw your struggles, or perhaps they had a glimpse of it. But they were so amazed at how positive and how joyful and how playful you can stay through all of that, and like how those things have not made you harder or darker or harsher, that you still have that soft, playful, kind of nice, funny, amiable, is that a word? I don't know, just lovely type of energy to you. There's really this juxtaposition between you've gone through so much, but here you are shining bright like a freaking diamond, and still seeing the positive things about life, and still like having this lust for life, essentially, this hunger for beautiful things, and you're still capable to see so many beautiful things, and to see the beauty in things, and to see the beauty in people, even when life has thrown so much ish at you, essentially. That's kind of the vibe that you gave off to them during this last interaction. They definitely felt emotionally or like spiritually intrigued. They felt like there's this kind of depth to you that they really want to explore with this water, with this water type of energy. And I want to say they might have felt inspired to kind of be more acquainted with their own emotions, since we do have also like a little lotus flower here appearing. The lotus flower is all... Am I recording? Oh God, oh my God. I just got this worried that I wasn't recording and just talking to the window in front of me. The lotus flower. Lotus flowers are a symbol of rebirth and of renaissance, if you will, as they, and of like being flawless and growing through darkness and muddy situations, if you will, and just coming out of them just completely untouched, if you will, because they set their roots very deep in the mud, and every night they sort of like close up into themselves and retreat back into the water, into the mud, and then every single morning they bloom up again. Of course, not every single morning of the year, but just like within the span of their blooming time, which I'm not entirely sure which it is, but doesn't have to be relevant. But this is to say, every single morning during their blooming period, these flowers just bloom, come out of the mud and the darkness just beautifully and untouched by this mud. They just come out completely clean and pure and magnificent, if you will. This person definitely with this faith card coming through, they definitely have a good feeling about this connection. So that's, again, something that I feel like this is not an established romantic type of bond. It could be very well the case that most of you haven't even like kissed or something with this person. Like there's not much has happened between the two of you, and that's definitely... So if you're asking about like a connection that has been going on for a long time, and that you guys already have like established interest in each other and there are kind of like already intimate with each other, this is probably not your pile, because this feels like a fresh kind of like new thing that is kind of just getting started. There's definitely a lot of interest. Probably something that you guys share is the I feel like you guys might joke about like psychoanalyzing each other or just like psychoanalyzing other people. You guys both might be very interested in understanding the human psyche and understanding how, you know, thoughts work and the subconscious. And there's always the appearance of little tiniest flies in my videos. Go away. You might definitely bond over that. That might definitely be something that you guys have in common, and that you really get to bond on. This person definitely, there's a lot of masculine energy to them, although they feel very, very called to this. They might have a very strong masculine energy, but also have a lot of water placements. Or in general, they might be in a phase of their life in which they want to get more acquainted and get closer to being embracing of their emotions. And I feel like they might see in you, either consciously or subconsciously, they might see in you the opportunity or sort of like a companion to do that with, someone to help them with getting more in touch with their emotions and diving deeper within themselves. Although this person might with this box thing, and number 4 is the number of stability and of structure and of it's a very earthy type of number. So it wouldn't, I'm getting a lot of Virgo vibes from this whole reading, truthfully. You guys might live in different sides of the world, perhaps, or you might be from different side of the world. Although I don't feel like this is a message for some of you, not everyone necessarily. But yeah, this person might definitely like to have things very much organized and very much like defined, and just have a very clear understanding of this is this and this is that, and just they like organization and structure and having things clear and just having a grasp of things. Like they don't like being out of the loop. They really like to be informed about everything that is going on within them and around them, and they might see you as someone who is a little bit more of a, I'm getting Aquarius vibes now, a little bit more of a free spirit, someone who doesn't really color inside the lines, someone who does things their own way, and they might be definitely very interested in that when it comes to you. Yeah, with this bedroom thing, definitely you guys might have just been chatting a lot while you were like late night texting with each other, while you were both like respectively in your own beds or something like that. And for some of you, I feel like you might have mentioned with each other like, oh, let's go travel there, or like, oh, you might have just been fantasizing about, oh, let's go take a trip when we meet, and let's go like do this and that, and just like go see places. Just basically just very fantasizing about that kind of things. Okay, so I would say we can put these to the side, and then we can dive a little bit deeper with the tarot into this person's feelings. Like, how do they feel about you in specific during this last interaction? We're going to take 4 cards and then clarify how did this person, Ace of Cups, yeah. Yeah, they definitely see a lot of potential. They have a lot of interest, and they're just this excitement, this curiosity. I want to say cautious excitement also. And maybe if you guys haven't just been texting a lot and have either not met each other in real life yet, or just have met each other very few times, this person might just get overly excited and just because, you know, energy when you're like in person with someone and texting is just very different. You're a lot more open and vulnerable, or like you can be a lot more vulnerable and open and share a lot more about your feelings and emotions and like things like that through text, because it's just a little bit less scary, I feel like. So definitely this person might get very loose and very comfortable around you through text, although they might have this little energy of caution around them, which they might even explicitly mention to you. like that they're not used to this kind of interaction, that they're not used to this kind of like open emotional interaction, which is, I feel like this connection is something that they manifested in the sense that they might have set the intention either consciously or subconsciously, or just like willingly, or just like having had this thought, this wish of indeed getting more in touch with their emotions and diving a little bit deeper within themselves and having more openness towards this water energy, towards this emotional energy, towards healing. I want to say healing perhaps their avoidant attachment for some reason. And they might have desired for someone like you to come along in their life. And this is definitely something that they might think like, oh, damn, I would really was kind of like hoping and wishing for someone like this. And then now you're here. Now pile one is here. And it's very hopeful. It's very eager, hopeful, positive, optimistic type of energy for sure. How did they feel during this last interaction? How did they feel there is this last? How did pile one's person feel? The Ace of Swords, yeah. Also, they're excited to like unravel your mind and just like have a lot of conversations. The Nine of Cups have a lot of conversations. They're really intrigued by, they definitely, you guys might share the same Mercury sign or the same Mercury sign ruler. For instance, both of your Mercury signs might be ruled by Venus, or like, for instance, that would be Libra Mercury, Libra Taurus, or you by oh my god, I can't talk, I'm getting tongue-tied. Perhaps this person is worried that when you guys meet, or like when you guys are together in real life, you guys might or they might get tongue-tied and not be able to express themselves very well. But they definitely are excited to talk and to have conversations and to just talk with you. The Nine of Cups. Okay, let me just pull more cards. How is pile one's person? Ah! We have the Star and the Sun. I'm just gonna put this one back because, oh my god. Oh, you guys, this is so cute. Okay, what about this Ace of Cups? Oh, this is big crush. And oh yeah, okay, so we have Justice, Libra energy, and the Three of Swords. I feel like these both want to go below the Ace of Cups. And we also have the Page of Swords. Yeah, literally what I was just saying. What about the Nine of Cups, please? How is pile one's person feeling during this interaction? We have the Four of Swords. Yeah, so, this is so interesting. Okay, what about the Star, please? What about the Star, please? I feel like, by the way, if you do, yeah, we have the Eight of Cups. I feel like I'm gonna take one more. Now on the back we have the Seven of Pentacles. I want to take one more card. The Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers below that. That is interesting. Okay, so, well, I mean, that's the bottom of the deck energy, I get. Wasn't it? What happened? I don't know. I'm just gonna put it like that. Is everything on camera? Yes, perfect. Okay, so this is actually pretty straightforward, pretty easy, pretty uncomplex. And I wanted to say, if you guys, and again, I feel like it's not that complex yet because not much, like you guys don't know that much of each other and you're not that familiar with each other yet. So like this, again, this is very much likely a very fresh type of connection. If you guys watching this, so like if you pile one, recognize yourself in this energy, this is very, very much, very likely that you guys are feeling the same way about each other. First of all, we have the Lovers card with Gemini energy, which is all about mirroring. So for sure, like sometimes I definitely do get the vibe that if I'm doing a reading, this is actually about the person watching and not necessarily about the other person, but I do feel like this is definitely very mutual. So if you guys feel like this, rest assured that this is literally how the other person is also feeling. Like you will know if that's the case or not. Okay, so again, trust your own judgment because you know it better. You know your own life better than a girl on YouTube with some cards knows. So yeah, this person has been very much hurt in the past, and this person might have perhaps dealt with a lot of people who were not very embracing of their emotions, who were not very gentle and kind with them, very loving perhaps. Maybe even people who were like judging them a lot, people who were giving them a lot of ish for I don't know, for just flaws that they might have had. This is the Seven of Swords. Oh, damn. Oh, okay. Well, I was about to. Did I literally mention, like, I don't think I did, but I was getting Seven of Swords vibes, and it literally said when I pulled this card, I said it was the Four of Swords, but it's Seven of Swords, and I was getting Seven of Swords vibes. That's why I was like, what is going on? Something's off. Anyways, yes. So in terms of signs, we have Gemini, we have the fixed signs with the Wheel of Fortune, so Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. We have Aquarius energy with the star, and we have Libra. So it's interesting because we have all of this beautiful, hopeful, new, fresh energy. Literally, like the Ace of Cups is like the potential for emotional fulfillment. The Ace of Swords is like the potential for like communication and mental clarity and just a communicative connection, if you will. The Knight of Cups is all about wish fulfillment and just dreams come true and just emotional satisfaction. The Star is all about rebirth and rejuvenation and renewal and healing about after dark times. And then below this, below all this energy, we have the kind of darker, more insecure, more what if type of energies. You can even see it with like the color scheme. This is a lot of like colors, and then this is mostly black and white and with some blood red, if you will. This person definitely has a lot of beautiful, optimistic energy towards you, but they're definitely scared of getting hurt again. And I don't feel like they think that you will hurt them, because I feel like they really like you, and they feel like you are definitely something completely different and very new. A very new type of energy in their life. Like, again, they feel like perhaps this person has gone through an upgrade, like a personal growth upgrade recently, in which they have changed so much, in which they have just like had no choice but like say goodbye to old energies, to old people in their lives, because they just weren't fitting in that type of energy and environment anymore. And by result of that, they started attracting all types of new, different energies and vibes and people around them. And you might be definitely one of those people. They're definitely a little skeptical, although they're trying not to be. They're very much open to. They desire to be open, and they desire to do better, and they desire to feel good with someone, potentially with you. Although in the back of their mind, there is definitely this darker undertone of, I've been hurt so much. So this person is definitely still dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of betrayal, a lot of sharp words, I want to say. Perhaps they came from an environment or like a past relationship in which they weren't allowed to like voice themselves, or in which communication was just very unhealthy between them and their old partner. And they're kind of still trying to recover from that. That's for freaking sure. They also definitely do recognize that this is kind of, I feel like Russian roulette is something that just came through my mind. With this Wheel of Fortune, they definitely feel like this is all happening for a reason. This person definitely sees what kind of, they see that your entrance in their life is just like, it's not by chance. Like it how do I explain this? It's like an energy of like, of course I'm having someone like pile one right now in my life, because this is literally where I'm wanting to go towards. So this is like an opportunity to go in that direction, which is the direction of like emotional healing and heart openness and just conscious connection, perhaps. And essentially this person just really desires to heal. I feel like they fantasize about healing with you. But I don't know if in practical, or like, I don't know, they don't know if in practical terms, like in practical reality, they are able to do so. So like definitely in their imagination, their feelings, in their desires, in their head and in their heart, they're definitely feeling very, very sunshine and rainbows and sparkly and glitters and so hopeful and such beautiful, fresh, giggly, I'm getting this giggly type of energy. That they feel so enthusiastic about this, but at the same time, they might be a little scared that indeed, like when they talk to you, they might not be able to express themselves properly, that you might not understand them. That's also why they prefer perhaps like listening to you instead of like expressing themselves, because they might have a very, very hard time doing that for themselves, just like expressing and talking about their own things. they're definitely very afraid of being judged poorly, perhaps because in the past they have been judged very harshly by people that they cared and loved, cared about and loved. This person definitely has been very, very hurt in the past, and honestly, I'm not getting a lot of information about all of this, because again, there isn't much to it, in the sense that this is something new, something that you guys still have to like discover for yourselves. So I hope that this person's energy makes sense if I put it like this. But I'm not getting much more input and much more information. It's very simple, very kind of almost superficial, because you guys haven't had the chance yet to go into that depth. But there's definitely a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential for depth, for emotional satisfaction, for emotional renewal and rebirth, and for healing, potentially for the both of you. Just be aware that this person might not always show their fears. Like, perhaps, I feel like for a lot of you, they have expressed perhaps just some worries or some anxieties, but I feel like they haven't told you the depth or the extent to which they have been bruised and burnt and hurt in the past. And if you guys have been watching me for a while, you guys know that I love to go into depth, that I love to go into detail, because that's just what I do. But this is not one of those readings, and the reason is indeed because that type of depth just hasn't been opened up for you guys yet, if that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like that's it for now. So we're just going to go on pile 1 with some advice for you specifically, what to do about this connection. I want to say, what kind of energy I can't talk, oh my god. What kind of energies should you focus on and embody and kind of embrace to nourish this connection with this person, so that you guys can have something beautiful? Does that make sense? I don't know. This is just some advice for you, pile 1. So the first one is earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. Yeah, so the first thing that comes across with this card is it might be very beneficial for you guys to indeed have a lot of intimate conversations, or like opportunities to truly connect with each other away from like noisy, busy environments. So like not in cafes, not with like a ton of other people around, but just in cozy environments where you truly can be yourselves and truly can be vulnerable with each other. Because sort of like to mimic in real life, like in practical reality, when you guys meet physically with each other and hang out physically with each other, to mimic the environment of privacy and safety that you guys have when you're like texting with each other. Does that make sense? Because it might be easier for the both of you, but especially for this person, to come out of their shell and to feel indeed just safe to be vulnerable and to be open. Because if there's a lot of people around, they might just feel like they have to be composed and whatnot. You know, it's just very different vibes when you're like intimately one-on-one with someone, like truly one-on-one with someone, than when you're like in an open public type of other different type of setting. So also be patient with this person. With this slow down card, be patient, try to not push them, try to not expect. This person needs to do things at their own timing and their own pace, because I feel like this hurt has been very recent, and if it has not been very recent, it's just followed them for a long time, so they haven't really had a chance to. I'm getting this image, instead of like vacuum cleaning a room and just it being clean, they kind of like have been sweeping things with them and just piling up this pain and darkness and wounds and hurt with them as they went, and now they just have this big ass pile of dirt, and they're like, what the fuck do I do with this? So be patient with them. Don't expect them to, like, you might definitely be, at least for how this person sees you, you're definitely very advanced in things like shadow work, or just like inner child healing. Like, you might have done a lot of emotional healing and a lot of emotional alchemy, a lot of transformations. this person likely has not done as much of that as you have, or at least in their perspective. So definitely don't be, I want to say don't be pushy. Allow them to go through their process in their own timing, and hold space for them, listen to them, allow them to unravel and develop themselves if that's something that you feel called to, if that's something that you feel like you can offer this person. Be gentle, be kind. Oh, I have 2 tattoos on my foot that say be gentle, be kind. I'm just self-quoting. I'm just out here self-quoting. Okay, what else do we have for pile 1? The 7 star sisters, birth and creations, tapestry of life, expression. Yeah, all about expression. Perhaps you guys might benefit a lot from doing some type of embodiment work together, like perhaps like creating some type of art form, or like if you guys have some type of hobby or practical thing that you guys have in common that you guys like to do. Go away, you little fly thingy. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Okay, you might enjoy or benefit both of you a lot from connecting, doing things like making a painting together, or just like I'm getting the game We're Not Really Strangers. If you guys don't know that game, just Google it or Instagram it or something, because it's awesome. I freaking love it. I might see if I can incorporate those cards in like my readings first in some way. That would be so interesting. Anyways, yeah, definitely doing something around the work or embodiment, or even like go to ecstatic dance together, or go to like meditations together. Do some type of like physical, practical activity together that allows you to bond and to connect and to express and really physically embody the emotions and things that you're working with internally. Does that make sense? No, actually, I'm not gonna take another one of these ones. Let's ask Moonology. Moonology, what do you have to say to pile 1 for this round? I don't know where you guys want to go, but I'm just gonna put you back. Okay, so, I'm getting, for some of you, this person might have had some troubles with like family betrayals and things like that, so it's something that they can't really go around a lot, because family is you know, it's not just as easy as cutting off a toxic friend or some shit. It's a little more complex than that. Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. Yeah, just like slowing down with this person and just not be, just really taking your time with this person, because honestly, this is what they need. Although both of you might feel very eager and very enthusiastic about sort of like connecting and going deep and doing everything right now, be mindful and remember to take things slowly. That's honestly a very big piece of advice coming through for this reading for you, pile 1. We have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. Definitely spiritual beliefs or faith or religion or something like that definitely might be something that you guys have in common, and you might bond on. But indeed, there's a very big element of trust that this connection will unravel as it needs to and as it has to. You don't have to force, you don't have to go super fast. Just let it develop as you guys go. Just like take it one step at a time, and don't fuss it too much, and be soft, be gentle. There is definitely a lot of need for gentleness in this pile. Now this is the Moon Witch Oracle, which I've been really enjoying for advice readings lately. Let's see, what advice do we have for pile 1? Okay, pile 1. What advice do you have for pile 1 about this connection, please? So we have Coven, power of sisterhood. Okay, so this is very interesting because we have sisterhood and the 7 star sisters. You guys definitely might be... I'm always a little skeptical, or like, not skeptical, cautious with saying these things in readings, because it's not up to a reader to say, like, if you know, you know. But you guys might definitely have some like common origins or common... This might not be, this is possibly not your first ride together with this person. So if you guys feel called to that, then you can explore those origins and those past things together. yeah, if you know, you know. I don't need to say much more. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then good, that message was not for you. What else do we have for pile one? We have sign. If you're looking for a sign, here it is. Well, I'm not gonna add anything to that, am I? I feel like that message is yours to interpret. I don't have to, I'm not gonna say anything about that. One last piece of advice for pile one, please, about this connection. Oh, this one maybe you want to. Curiosity. What sparks your interest? I feel like you guys have to do a lot of communication, a lot of innocent, simple communication with each other. Just a lot of awareness work. So like, why am I attracted to you? Why do I feel so connected to you? What is it that I want with my connection with you? Why am I asking you this question? Why do I like our connection? Why do I like when I hear you talking about certain things? Why? Just asking yourselves a lot of questions, just having a lot of awareness around the dynamics of you guys' connection and interest towards each other, indeed. Pile one, thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I really love doing this reading. Really hope that it gave you what you were looking for, or gave you some type of insight. Definitely, as per usual, feel free to leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated for you, as it means absolutely everything to me to know how my readings land on the other side of the screen. Also, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, as that really helps ya girl out on thetube.com with the algorithm. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hi pile 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Field Tarot and this blue kyanite crystal, this is going to be a reading all about how your person felt during you guys' last significant interaction. That could have been like a physical meeting or a hangout sesh between the two of you guys, or it could have literally just been like texting with each other. This will differ for everyone. We will have a look into 3 different things to start off. We will see a couple of oracle cards that will indicate us how your person was feeling, or like their energy during your last interaction, the objective energy of this interaction, as well as how they were seeing and perceiving you during this last interaction. And then afterwards, we're going to go into the tarot to dive a little bit deeper into how they were feeling about you and this interaction when it happened. And we will, as per usual, close off the reading with some advice for you specifically about how to sort of go on about this connection, this thing going on. So without further ado, let's see what we have here for you. We have, for you, this is the energy of your person during this last interaction. We have the Judge with number 14. We have Mystery. We have I Hold Purity in High Esteem. I'm gonna do this because, oh my god, okay. And then for your person's energy, we have Resistance. I'm gonna fix that in a minute. Then for the energy of the interaction, we have Imam Sali. It's the 4th house, the cusp of the 4th house. And we also have Fire with Ignition with number 8. And then for how they were perceiving you or your energy to be during this last interaction, we have number 1 with the Mother. We have the 9th house with spiritual growth, and we have the Lion with higher calling. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side, and make noble choices for your life and your tribe. Now, let me... this is okay, isn't it? This works. It's a weird shape, but that's just because for some reason I have less cards on this side, but that's okay. So pile 2, I feel like first of all, let's start by the energy of the meeting, or the energy of this interaction. So I feel like for a lot of you this will have been in person. And for a lot of you, this will have been actually at one of you two's house, if that makes sense. Because the 4th house, so Sali, Chili, Kuli, I don't know how you fucking pronounce this. Anyways, this is the cusp of the 4th house. So the 4th house is the house of Cancer, which again, as per usual, I'm stopping in my tracks to take a recap of the present numbers and zodiac signs that we have, so you guys can take those as extra confirmation. So we have Leo clearly here with the Lion card. We have Sagittarius, which is the sign that rules the 9th house. We have again Cancer. We have fire, so all the fire signs, so Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. The number 8 also could be relevant. Scorpio energy could be relevant. Scorpio is ruled by Mars, which is a fire planet. And then this Judge card has a little bit of Libra vibes to it. And I think that's it. In terms of numbers, we have, yeah, again, 14 or 5 in numerology. And number 4 again, number 8, number 1, and number 9. So I was saying, this definitely could have been like either at your house or at this person's house. I feel like definitely for most of you, this is definitely has the vibe of a private type of intimate type of setting. And I do feel like this is not necessarily a super, super new connection. This definitely could be with someone that you are in a relationship with, or that you are in a situationship, in an established situationship. So that you guys are like together, but not super together, or that you guys are, you know, that kind of bullshit. There's definitely already some type of intimacy established here between the two of you, and very, very likely also physical intimacy established between the two of you, because we do have not for any specific card, but this is just very much strongly what is coming through, especially with like this the 4th house is also a house of privacy and of like personal space, personal areas, and it's a very intimate type of energy. Plus, again, with this fire energy, I feel like you guys very likely have had some type of sexual things going on. So even if this was like texting or just talking, it might have been a topic of your conversation, or you might have been like, you know, flirting a little bit or doing things like sex things like that. I don't know what you do like. I don't know, I'm talking like that. But I shouldn't be using like compromising words, I feel like, on this social media platform, because things be weird out there. Anyways, I feel like, I'm just gonna say very, very straightforwardly, I feel like you were left unsatisfied by this interaction, and not necessarily by the physical interaction if there was any, but you were definitely, you were kind of, or at least this person saw you. Okay. One thing at the time. I'm getting a lot of things. So I feel like the way that, first of all, how this person was portraying themselves was not fully authentic and vulnerable. And they were not being completely themselves, because we do have this resistance card and mystery, and we have this black and white type of energy. We have, I hold purity and high esteem. This person was definitely, for the energy in which they were in, they were kind of trying to portray a higher image than they were truly feeling, or that they truly were. They definitely do feel pressure of coming across in a certain way. They definitely do feel pressure to come across as a potentially as a powerful person, or someone with authority, as someone who's very assertive and oh my god, what is the word? Self-confident. They definitely do want to portray this image of like, you can't F with me. Like, I know what's going on with me, and you can tell me anything because I got my shit together, and they were kind of holding this image up of themselves. I'm going to turn up the heater because I'm cold out here. And how they were seeing you, there's definitely a very big element of discrepancy, of not being on the same page in a lot of different aspects, like not within yourselves. This person is definitely lacking some integrity between their inner world and what they portray on the outside, at least with you. But I feel like definitely that's something that they don't only do with you. That's just something like, that's just a character trait of them. I'm getting very strong Saturn, perhaps like Scorpio again, possibly. But oh my god, Capricorn and or Aquarius vibes from this person. And there's also a discrepancy between how they saw you and how you truly felt, because that is also coming very strongly through to me right now. Although this reading is not necessarily about that, but I can't help, it's just coming through. And there's also definitely a discrepancy, or like some type of separation or clash between the two of you. And this does not have to mean that you guys have like had a horrible time together, because you guys could definitely, how this interaction was, I feel like it was just not entirely vulnerable and not entirely on the same page and not entirely satisfactory for the both of you. And this doesn't have to mean, again, that it was horrible, that you guys, some of you might have had a fight or an argument or just like a discussion about something that you didn't agree on, but not necessarily. It could have also just have been like quite peaceful, quite normal, if you will. And indeed, if it was like a normal interaction, maybe that was the problem. Maybe there were things that you both wanted to say, or that either of you wanted to say or express or do that you didn't, some like holding back, definitely from both sides on different things, I want to say. So that's that. And for you, this person definitely has a lot of affection for you, and they definitely see you as someone who's very beautiful, very attractive. You might definitely have strong fire energy. You don't have to necessarily have like a lot of fire placements. You could definitely just come across as very, very quirky, very, very fiery, very passionate, very, or at least this person might perhaps call out that side of you, that fiery, sensual, also want to say passionate type of energy from you. They definitely have a lot of affection for you, and they feel like they receive a lot of affection from you. And I'm really curious to dive into the tarot to get a little bit more insight on why this person was holding back so much, and kind of like if you can have a little bit more insight on that, indeed, because not much is coming through right now. I'm hoping we will. So we will dive into that in a little bit. I definitely feel like you watching this, pile 2, you were also portraying, like if you are upset at this person, or if you're kind of resenting or judging this person for not being their true selves and not being completely vulnerable and honest, you're doing the same thing. And I know that you might say, like you both might say like, oh, if you don't let your guard down, then how am I supposed to let my own guard down? But then you have two people with two walls up just waiting for the other person to like tear their own wall down so that they can feel safe in return to also try to tear their wall down. There's a reason why you guys aren't in each other's lives, and that is because you're mirroring this thing at each other. And of course, you guys might have these walls, which might be very different walls. So like you guys might be portraying yourselves in very different ways. So this mechanism of portraying yourself in a way that that is not truly authentic and not truly true to who you are and how you feel in a specific moment might just manifest in different ways for the both of you. This person definitely saw you as someone who is during this interaction, who's very, very powerful, for freaking sure. And I don't think that you're not powerful, because I mean, if someone sees power in you, you know very well that you're a freaking powerful being. It's not something like, inner personal power is not something that you can fake. That's not something that you can fake. And I feel like this person might get triggered by you because you might not necessarily want to portray, like it's not a main aim or goal of yours to portray yourself as someone who's very powerful, while this person definitely cares a lot about coming across as someone who is indeed like in their power and assertive and confident and just kind of in this high type of energy. Whereas that might not be necessarily the image that you want to portray, but this is definitely the image that they see. So again, you're mirroring this thing back at this person. And this is indeed a reading from your person's perspective. So this is indeed, this would have been so interesting to have like a person A versus person B type of format. But this is all from their perspective. God, that would have been so interesting. Anyways, this is definitely something that you are portraying back at them, because they definitely see that you have so much power that you don't even have to like make effort, or like you don't even have to put effort into like faking this type of power, because you have it. You're so freaking powerful, and it really like it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're super out there and super confident, like genuinely super confident and genuinely super whatever. Like this will differ per person. Fact is that this person sees a lot of personal power and self-empowerment and potentially also independence within you. And a lot of, like, you're not scared. You're not scared. That's something that just came through. And this person really sees you as someone who's able and who's capable on their own to grow a lot, to transform whatever shizzle is being thrown at you, you can transform that. Like, you will get over anything that is thrown at you in life. This is at least is how this person sees you. And at the same time, you're still able to stay compassionate and soft and loving towards others. And I feel like this person sees you as someone who knows their worth, who knows their value. And I feel the resistance as I say this, because maybe you're like, no, that's so not true. Like, I really struggle with that too. And that's fair. Those two things can coexist. Like, one day you might be like, fuck yeah, I'm the baddest bitch in town. And the next day you might be like, I don't know what I'm doing. They both can coexist. It's both valid. Perhaps indeed you struggle to show that vulnerable, doubtful, anxious part of you to this person. Or at least when it comes to this connection. Perhaps you struggle with showing that to them. Fact is that this person definitely sees and knows that you have this core power and core awesomeness within you that you own up to, and that it's just effortless. Like, you don't even have to, you didn't choose to have that, you didn't search for it. It's just something that is inherent to you. Like, you and this personal power, this personal magic that you hold, it just goes together. Like, it's inseparable. Nobody can take that away from you. You're just fully embracing it, and you're just fully going with it, and it's completely your thing. And it's this person really admires that, and they wish that they wish they knew how you did that. But then again, they realize that it's not something that you did, it's just who you are. It's just part of your personality, it's just part of your character. I feel like you both make each other a little insecure. Again, in different ways. This person definitely, like, out of the two, this person has a little bit more masculine energy. This person has a little bit more feminine energy. I feel like perhaps you, pile 2, struggle with voicing when you are struggling with something or with someone. Like, if there is something that is bothering you, or if there's something that gives you anxiety, if there's something that makes you sad, or if there's something, like, especially if this person did, you feel like you can't tell them because otherwise they will reject you or just, like, dismiss you or deny it, or in some sort of way. And, like, they will be harsh, that you will be met with harshness, so that you feel like you have to be prepared for harshness. I feel like you have been conditioned, and this is not from this person's perspective. This is purely me just tuning into this energy of yours. I feel like you have been conditioned to be prepared to harshness, so that anytime that there is something, you're already immediately, something switches in you, and you're like, okay, I have to do this right. I have to fix this within myself, because if I bring this problem to them, they're going to make it an even bigger problem. Like, there's no, you don't trust, you don't have faith in the chance of fixing problems together with this person. And it will vary for a lot of you. Like, for some people, it's because you have had proof from this person that they can't receive your energy in that state, and that they're not willing to solve things in a positive, peaceful, loving, caring way together. Or it's just leftover energy from past connections. I can't speak much on that because this is not what this reading is about, but just be aware of that. Be aware of that pattern that exists within you. Because this is definitely something that is affecting, like, no matter if it comes from this relationship specifically or from the past, it is definitely something in you that exists that is affecting your well-being in this relationship and just the relationship in general. Let me see if we're still rolling. Yes, we are. Okay, let us move forward now. Let's go into the tarot to see a little bit more in depth how this person was feeling. I hope the lighting is okay. It's getting dark. It's winter. It's like 5 p.m. And it's kind of getting dark. I'm looking forward to the summer days where it gets, like, dark at, like 10 p.m. or something, and then I can film, like, with natural daylight. Okay, so I haven't been taking, or like I haven't been shuffling decks to get, like I'm keeping all the cards upright as I shuffle. But if cards will come out, that was a bad shuffle. If cards will come out reversed, then we will just keep them reversed. So for pile 2, how was their person feeling during this last interaction? What were their thoughts and feelings during this last interaction with pile 2, please? How was pile 2's person feeling during this last interaction? I just saw in my head Damon Salvatore from the Vampire Diaries. Ian Somerhalder. I don't know if it's, maybe it's just the vibes. Yeah, that's definitely the vibes that I was getting from this person. Oh my god. This person might also need to just like dress in a certain way that fits the image that they want to portray. They might definitely curate their image, and this doesn't necessarily have to mean that they dress very fancily or like in a very. They don't have to look curated if that's not necessarily the image that they want to portray. Like if they want to portray the image of someone who's very chill and who is very carefree, then they will probably just like dress in that way. But if they want to portray the image of someone who's like very composed and very, very dark and mysterious or something like that, they will just dress accordingly to how they want to be perceived. Does that make sense? I'm getting leather jacket vibes. This doesn't have to be for everyone. It's very specific, but okay, so how they were feeling, we had the Four of Cups, meditation. How was this? Oh, okay. We have the Two of Swords with decisions. I'm going to turn these cards over. And we have the Nine of Wands. And we have... Do I have to take them both? I feel like I only have to take this one. So we have the Page of Wands. Although I want to see what this one was. We have Temperance. Okay. Are we gonna take clarifiers immediately, or are we gonna... We're gonna take clarifiers immediately. What about this Four of Cups, please? We have the Star. What about the Two of Swords, please? Okay. I feel like these ones want to come out like that. We have the Knight of Cups with introspection in reverse, yeah. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah. This is very much confirming and going a little bit more in depth about what I was saying earlier. What about this Page of Wands exploration, please? We have the Five of Pentacles. So in the back of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles with change and the Three of Swords with sorrow and the Queen of Wands with amenti. So I dare to say this is not a very happy connection. I want to put it here. This is not a very happy connection, pile 2. So there's not a lot of pretty positive things to say about this, I feel like. And I don't mean to say that there's literally no positive aspects to this connection, because that's not true. Because obviously if you are in this connection, there's probably some good that you're getting out of it. There's probably some positive feeling that you're getting out of this. Which is nothing to be ashamed of. It's not something to feel bad about. But definitely this reading specifically, Spirit wants to highlight the aspects that are not so happy and not so great and not so healthy, I want to say, not so positive and not so productive, not so beneficial to you. This is definitely the example of two people who can't do things right with each other but also can't let each other go. And you're both doing this, I feel like. I feel like this spread of cards, which again, I will get into it, but I feel like I have to give these disclaimers, but I feel like this spread of cards is not even necessarily about how this person was feeling, but more how they were acting and not acting. I And this is not even just reflecting about this last interaction with them. It's just reflective about the general background energy of all of your interactions, of your thoughts about this connection, about your feelings about this connection, just your general connection. You feel emotionally detached from this person. No, that's not the right word. You feel like this person is emotionally detached from you, and that's because they are. And you feel emotionally abandoned by this person, and that's because that's what's happening. And I'm not saying that this is all this person's fault, because there are some ways probably in which you are self-perpetrating these things by honestly keeping yourself in a situation in which you're not emotionally fulfilled. And partly it's because indeed when you're keeping yourself in a situation that is not fulfilling to you and that is not healthy for you, there's two sides of the coins. One, indeed, like the problem that you yourself are self-perpetrating is indeed that you're staying with this person if this person is not giving you what you want and desire and deserve and need. But you're also not kind of, how do I explain this? You yourself keep yourself in this energy of, oh, I can't be my vulnerable self. I can't express my emotions. I can't, or I shouldn't, or I should first change myself before I am worthy, or I should change myself before I can be harmonious with this person. I should change the way that I feel. I should change the way that I think. So these are two of the mechanisms that keep you in this energy of emotional unsatisfaction, emotional drainage almost, I want to say. And I want to reassure you, like, it's not your fault. It's also not this, it doesn't mean that this person is a shitty person. You both have attracted each other in each other's lives for a reason. And if you, I kind of hate to say this, but this is definitely, and this doesn't have to mean anything definitive. But you and this person right now are here to teach each other a lesson. This person definitely has a very hard time with, or like, it's not that they have a hard time, it's just not natural to them to like be very sweet and very affectionate and very emotionally considerate, if you will. Probably because they never learned to, probably because they had to like learn to be guarded, for sure. This person had to learn to be guarded. This person could never be soft because they thought that softness meant weakness. And that's just how they learned how to be. That's just how they grew up how to be. And it's their decision, it's their job to decide if they want to keep this thing up or if they want to like heal this wound, if they even consider it a problem in their life. Which, I mean, if they have attracted you and if this is like a problem with you and you guys, then it probably is. But it's really their decision if they want to change that or not. This person is definitely not fully with their attention on you. This person is definitely very distracted. This person doesn't have a lot of energy to give to you. You're not a priority in their life, for sure. And I hate to say this, I don't want to like bash you or something, but I feel like if this resonates, if this hurts to hear, it's just because if this does not resonate with you, if this is not your situation, then good. Then just click off and you don't have to sit through this. If you resonate with this, if you feel like it's true, then it probably just means that you are invited to face these things and to act accordingly, to extend compassion to yourself and to realize what it is that you're giving to yourself and what you're accepting for yourself. I heard this quote, I think it was a reel on Instagram, because nowadays we get our inspiration and quotes and everything from Instagram reels. But there was this girl who said like, oh God, what was it? She said something along the lines of, it's not that you deserve the love that you, like, we accept the love that we think we deserve. It's not that, but it's, you should only accept for yourself the love that you think that your best friend deserves. So, because for yourself, you can be like, oh yeah, I can be treated like this, because it's like, you often don't even see it clearly, but if you see your best friend being treated poorly or being treated with like the bare minimum and being treated with whatever, that is just not the best of the best for them, you're gonna tell them. You're gonna be upset. You're gonna be like, bitch, what is this? Like, what are you doing? Like, you deserve so much better than what this person is giving you. So what are you doing here? So if this person that you're asking about is not giving you the treatment that you would want for your best friend, then that says enough. this person is definitely not in the mind space to be, it's not in their life priorities and life interests to be in a conscious connection with someone. It's not in their priorities, it's not in their priorities in the forefront of their mind to figure out ways to make another person happy or to make them feel seen or safe. It's not that they don't care at all. It's just it's not in their nature, I want to say, or it's not in their nature right now. It's not in their interests. Like, you might be interested in developing spiritually and a spiritual connection and diving deep, like in a spiritual connection with someone, and diving deep into your emotions and emotional healing and all those things. And this person has just other priorities and other interests. And this doesn't mean that you're wrong for wanting what you want. It's just that there's a discrepancy and a clash and very radical difference between what you guys want and need and what you guys are focused on in life. It's like you guys are going on this road together, but kind of looking in different directions and still expecting each other to move together, but you both kind of want to go another separate way. So again, here comes back the idea of this person and you neither. Like, you guys can't meet each other in the middle fully, but you can also not let each other go. And honestly, this is because you guys have to learn, and at least you, pile 2, I literally cannot, I don't think that your person is, this is a message for you specifically, pile 2, watching this. Like, you have to face this person is in your life for a reason. You guys are in both each other's lives for a reason. And that is just to face certain things and certain shadows about yourselves. You're acting as mirrors towards each other. Like, if you are bothered by something that this person is doing, for instance, like not being authentic and not being completely, like putting up a harder, harsher, tougher image than they truly are, and not letting their softness surface, they're probably doing it in very different ways. Like, they're acting in very different ways in which you act, but the mechanism at the core is the same. Okay, you're sharing a very similar shadow that expresses itself in, I want to say, completely opposite ways. So there's definitely a lot of duality. You guys might have some placements that are like sister signs. Not necessarily. You might have like in synastry, it might be very interesting if perhaps you guys have some interesting Lilith or Chiron synastry, or North Node, South Node synastry, or like oppositions, sextiles and things like that. So definitely it would be interesting to look into that for you if you're into that kind of things. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential for individual healing. Sometimes you can heal together with someone, and sometimes you are brought together by the universe with someone so that you are pushed and nudged to heal within yourself on your own. And honestly, this also doesn't mean that you deserve to do things on your own, that you have to do things on your own all the time. Like, you still have the decision to open up to different people and to, you can heal with, like, together and be vulnerable and just open up and hold space for each other with people. It's just some people are just not a good match for that. And honestly, I don't think, for as the energy is right now between the two of you, that this person is a good match for that, for whatever it is that you desire, pile 2. Yeah, I feel like that's the main message. So let's just go into some advice for you, pile 2. This is specifically for you about how to go on about this connection and what to do with this energy. So let's see what spirit or your guides or your heart has to say to you. What advice do we have for pile 2, please? Advice for pile 2 about this situation. We have lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. I feel like lifting the veil is a lot about lifting the veils that you're putting on yourself. And you don't have to do this in like 1 second. Just like tomorrow you have to just like drop everything and be super vulnerable and whatever. Like it takes time, okay? It's not to say that you have to change tomorrow, immediately, like right this second. But it's to say it's time to become aware of the walls and the veils that you're putting in front of yours, like in between you and others and the world. And slowly, gently, because I feel like if you're here and if you're listening to this and it resonates, you know that you have some walls to tear down and that you have some wounds to heal. But don't expect yourself to do that super fast. Don't expect to do that. Like it's literally things that build up over the years. So you literally cannot tear it down in 1 second or just super fast. So be gentle with yourself, but definitely start taking gentle, small steps towards embodying your most authentic core self. Because there's so much power in that, and you know that you have a lot of freaking power within your heart, within your solar plexus. I want to say there's a lot of fucking power to I don't know how to say it. It's just like to unleash. You're on a journey and you're doing freaking wonderfully. You're right where you need to be right now. Like this is happening all for a reason, and it's catapulting, it's triggering you into the next awesome, powerful version of yourself. So don't despair, okay? Find comfort in where you're at right now and in the knowing that you're literally where you need to be. Try to embrace the discomfort, but not keep yourself in the discomfort, because there's like discomfort is not a problem. It's only a problem when we keep ourselves in that. Because that's obviously not where you want to be. It's not, it doesn't feel good for a reason. Okay, next, one more card from this deck. Advice for pile 2, please. More advice for pile 2. Oh, that went somewhere else. So we have child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Yeah. A lot of spiritual power for freaking sure, and you know how to use it, and just trust that the universe got you. Trust that everything, like all the messages that you're getting, all the even things like readings, listen closely. I want to say with your metaphysical ears, listen closely, and you will get there. You will get there when you need to get there. It's very vague right now because you're not there yet, but you're on your way to there, okay? What else? Some advice or some insight for pile 2, please. Oh my god, it's starting. It's going to rain in a bit. I can see it from the rain clouds, and I have to get into my drying laundry from my garden. But okay, I'll just finish this reading first. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Yeah, I feel like if you struggle communicating your feelings in a productive, calm, cool, collected way, definitely be aware of how you communicate things. And also, before you communicate anything, get clear on what it is that you want to communicate and why you want to communicate it. So like get clear about this communication within yourself before you bring it out. Because if you, like communication, words can be sometimes too little, sometimes too much, sometimes too chaotic. And words is a very... It's an art, it's a skill, it's a craft that we get to practice. And like clear communication is it can be very complicated, especially when we are not taught growing up how to communicate properly about our feelings and emotions in a constructive, healthy way. So definitely I feel like be aware of how you communicate and perhaps put some work in on your own communication for yourself first and foremost, but also just for the sake of the connections that you have with people. And there's another card here. A time for healing, balsamic moon, exactly. Another confirmation that this is a very, very big opportunity for healing for you, pile 2. And I feel myself getting excited, even though it was like kind of sad energy, kind of painful energy to deal with. But I hope that even if not now, that you can get excited about this journey that you're on, and you can find back that excitement for the transformation that you know that you have done already and that you can do again, because you know what you're capable of, pile 2. I don't even have to tell you, you know what you're freaking capable of. Okay, from the Moon Witch, do we take all these? Okay, Sun, find a balance. Sun is all about ego. Find a balance between your ego and your spiritual self, and a balance between your ego and the other people outside of you. Cast a circle. Healthy boundaries are crucial for growth. Yeah, and again, boundaries are not for the other person. Like, boundaries and requests are two different things. You could say, please don't talk to me like that, or you can say, I'm not interacting with anyone who talks to me like this because I don't deserve to be talked to like this. Those are two different things and two different energies. A boundary is like knowing within, you don't even have to speak it out. A boundary is when within yourself you're like, I don't deserve to be spoken to harshly. I don't deserve to be called names. I know that I don't deserve that. So first of all, I won't take it, and it won't affect me when someone does that. And I know that it's just more a reflection of where they are at, that they feel the need to use that, than of me. That's a boundary. Like, please don't talk to me like that is not a boundary. It's a request, which is still very fair. But boundaries are something different. Boundaries are for you. For you, from you, within you. It's just what you embody. Dark Moon, pause and rest. You deserve it. Yeah, just be gentle with yourself. That's the message that is coming through with this. Dark Moon is a time for introspection. Definitely go within. I know that you've been doing that all the time. You likely, I know that you do that a lot. But sometimes we do that in different ways than we would need to. Like, we think that we're going in the right places within ourselves, but then we actually need to steer ourselves a little bit into different directions. Waxing gibbous. It is okay to change the direction. What the hell? I was you guys, I was staring in front of me, just looking at the shadow trees. Shadow trees. Oh my god, what am I talking about? It's getting dark, so all the trees look black to me right now. It's very interesting because I also see the rain clouds. It's very, very gloomy. But and the light just went on. Sorry. But yeah, I wasn't even looking at this card. I was just talking about this, about switching direction. It's okay to change direction. And probably this is a nudge to do that. That you should probably change the direction in which you're like diving deep within yourself. If you have been going this way of like, oh, I should be more this and should be more that, then maybe try go the other direction. Yeah, pile 2. This was it. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I really enjoyed this reading because there's so much powerful energy within you and within this reading. And I really hope that you got some inspiration, some value out of this. Definitely, please feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know how this resonated, as it means so much to me to know how my readings land on the other side of the screen. And also feel free to leave a like and subscribe. That really helps with the algorithm. And thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi pile 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Prism Tarot as well as this beautiful little blue agate stone, this is going to be all about how your person was feeling last time that you guys interacted. This could be literally any type of situation. We will have some insight on what that interaction might have been. It could have been in person, it could have been texting, it could have been whatever it is. We will have a look into that. We will do this in 3 parts. The first part of this reading, we will look first into how your person, like what is energy, what his, her, their. Statistically speaking, a lot of the time his comes out and males come out in these readings, because statistically speaking, it's often women asking about men, and I can't do anything about that, so that's often the energy that comes through. But it doesn't have to resonate per se. Could be a she, could be a them, could be whatever gender they identify with or not. So first part will be, or like this side of the reading will be your person's energy during that interaction. The middle cards will indicate the nature of this interaction, the energy of the interaction itself, and on the right we will have how your person was perceiving you and how they were viewing you during that interaction. Okay, so afterwards we will go into the tarot to see a little bit more in depth about how they were feeling, what they were thinking. Just a little bit more about their inner processes and stuff like that. And then at the end, as per usual, we will go into some more oracles to get a little bit more advice for you specifically. Okay, so without further ado, let's see what we have here for your person's energy during your last interaction. And we have the tier with number 52. We have happiness. We have balance. And we have I keep my own counsel. I never know how to put these cards. I think this is okay. And then for the energy of your interaction, objectively, we have Jupiter. Jupiter, and then we have number 39, which reduces to 12, which reduces to 3, with gravity, groundedness, the element of earth. And then for how they were seeing you during this interaction, we have the destroyer, number 23 or 5 in numerology, and we have the element of water, with spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. And last but not least, for how they were seeing you, we have the tiger with fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. I always love, this doesn't actually rhyme, but it kind of sounds like it does. And I love it. So, pile 3. Let me check first of all. Everything is in sight. Yeah, perfect. Great. Love it. Okay, so let's start off, before I interrupt myself, with the numbers and the zodiac signs that come through already. We have balance, which reminds me obviously of Libra. We have some earth element here. Well, we have earth, water, and fire. So with this earth, this was the energy of the interaction, so it doesn't have to be necessary. I mean, the zodiac signs are never they're never meant to be like, oh, you have to have these signs if you resonate, because it's just energy at the end of the day. We all have all of these energies, and in different situations we can embody more water energy, in some other situations we can embody more earth energy. So it really, whatever, take it as a double confirmation if you feel it's suitable. But we have indeed earth element, which is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We have water, specifically on how they saw you. Specifically on how they saw you, we have water and fire. So you might have a lot of those, or when you are interacting with this person, you might be a lot into your water and fire energies, which sounds nice. Anyways, water is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and fire is Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. We also have Jupiter, which rules Pisces and Sagittarius. So we have double confirmation for Pisces and Sagittarius. And I think that's it. Yeah, numbers I already mentioned, so we're good to go. So I feel like this person was trying to contain themselves. They were trying to not necessarily keep it cool, not necessarily trying to keep it cool or play it cool. But I feel like it was not the time and place to be super maybe physically intimate with you or super clingy or something like that. It might, like with this Jupiter and groundedness, gravity type of energy, I feel like these are two very opposing kind of like polar energies, because Jupiter is all about expansion and this desire for growth and spiritual learning and just everything about expression and expansion. And then we have groundedness with gravity, so it's very much like a down pulling type of energy, like a heavier type of energy. I feel like for some reason I want to say that you guys, I'm getting arcade vibes. I'm getting arcade vibes. This could literally also be in a dream. This could literally be like them dreaming you, or you guys meeting in the astral or something like that. This will not apply for everyone. But I feel like for most of you, the energy of this encounter was in some type of public setting, like potentially with other people around. Potentially you guys were doing some type of activity that required you guys to showcase your abilities or your skills, or like I'm getting also maybe escape room type of thing. There was a lot of fun and laughing involved. I feel like you guys probably had a really freaking good time. That's for freaking sure. If you guys had like a very sad interaction, this is probably not your pile as your last interaction. But I'm getting this excited, frisky, sparkly type of vibe. It could have been like a birthday party or something. There was definitely, I feel like you guys had a lot of interaction with each other, but it wasn't necessarily all the time like one-on-one during this specific instance. And I feel like this person was definitely very happy that you were there. And they were very impressed. They were like ecstatically impressed. Like they were elated at your presence and just like observing you in your zone and doing your thing. Indeed, they saw you in this kind of like fiery and watery energy. So like you were likely being yourself, like very much comfortable. And this person too, I feel like both of you were very comfortable, and not necessarily like overthinking, or just you guys were just enjoying each other. But there was definitely a lot more going on below the surface of this person than they were showing. And I don't mean at all, similarly to another pile that I just did, I don't mean at all that they were not being authentic, or that they were not being true to themselves, because they actually absolutely were. But even, especially with this, I keep my own counsel and this tier and this balance card, they were definitely trying to not exaggerate, to like not be too much onto you or something. This could, by the way, I'm not getting specifically vibes of like being not together or just friends or just like having attraction or being already together, because it could be anything. But there was definitely some type of level of craving and wishing instead of like longing for you below the surface. There was definitely a lot more depth than they were showing, just because the scenario and then the time and place in which you guys were in were just not the right time and place indeed to get closer to you, up personal, if that makes sense. Which it didn't even bother this person. This person wasn't really bothered by that. Of course, like they craved coming a little closer to you and just spending a little more time with you, and just like focusing their attention more on you and having your attention on them. But they definitely got them wondering, I feel like. It definitely got them looking forward. It definitely got them craving a little bit more like up close time with you. With this balance card, indeed, like they were I feel like this person might have been like, they might be a little bit like the class clown, if you will, like entertaining other people, just like being like joking around and kind of being a jerk for like as a joke, and being teasing people. And I feel like you guys might indeed like tease each other a lot, also in like as a form of flirting, just playful roasting each other. And it feels like a very natural connection. Like you guys might know each other for a long time, and maybe you're just started to get really close, or you guys recently just like met each other through circumstances. It was just like very spontaneous, and spontaneous and natural development. Like I'm not getting necessarily that there's very deep feeling existing right now, and maybe it will show up in the tarot, because this is just like the first impressions, the general energy of this person and how they saw you and the interaction in general. We will dive a little bit more deeper. Yes, Stella. We will dive a little bit more in depth with the tarot about their thoughts and feelings specifically. Yeah, I'm getting this vibe of entertainment. So definitely, like you guys were possibly even like at a movie theater, or I don't know. There was something fun going on. And if you guys were together, if this still applies to you guys, if you guys were together like with the two of you, or like in a smaller setting, there was definitely something else that was requiring your full attention. So you weren't like you were definitely not in this interaction, definitely not talking one-on-one to each other. But there was definitely something else that you guys were both focused on. With this destroyer card, it's so interesting, because I feel like you give this person off a vibe of being very sweet, very charming, very beautiful, very, very, I want to say soft on the eyes, very, very soft, beautiful, gentle energy. But at the same time, you can be very, like, you can get your claws out. Like, even as a joke, or like seriously, like you might definitely have, it wouldn't surprise me if you had like a fire moon or like a fire rising or something like that, because you can get pretty pretty fiery. Yeah, like you're not to be effed with in that sense. And you probably, how they see you, it's like take no shiz and do no harm type of energy. Like you're very gentle and very kind, but it's also not like you let people walk over you. Like you're very headstrong. Or you can get very headstrong, and you can roast people with a lot of ease, and maybe that's something that they really like about you. Like maybe they're usually the one who roasts and teases everyone, and then you came into the picture and you kind of like stepped up above them and were like, you kind of earned that position of the roaster, or like the the roaster. Yeah, and I don't know if I made it. They were definitely looking at you a lot, for sure. I think you both were looking at each other a lot, because there's my eyes and my attention is now being focused on all these eyes going on here. This person was definitely, since this is all about all from your person's perspective, but I definitely feel like they had their eyes on you for freaking sure. They were looking at you, they were staring at you, they enjoyed seeing you, just being you and just vibing and just seeing how you express yourself and how you were vibing. But they also definitely noticed that you were looking at them. And I feel like from their perspective, they were looking more at you than you were looking at them. But yeah, that's the vibes. Let me see if we're still rolling, because okay, yeah, we still are. I need to check every now and then, because I'm afraid that I'm just like talking to the plant over there. Anyways, that was it for this part, because I feel like there's nothing more to add. So we will now move on into the tarot. This is exciting. So we will dive a little bit more in depth about this person's feelings and thoughts. So far, these readings have been so interesting, so different from each other. Ah, come on. Are you shitting me? Okay, let's do this again. There you go. That was so unsatisfying. There you freaking go. Yeah, you guys might have been like playing some games, or like bowling, or some type of, I don't know, you guys were doing something. Definitely some type of activity, or possibly at nighttime, maybe like a party or something. Definitely, like, there might have been, like, lights going on, something, like, shimmery and glittery, and just a lot of lights and visual things. Oh, were you guys, like... I feel like some of you might have been, like, tripping. You guys might have been, like, on something. Yeah. Anyways. I feel like I want to keep shuffling. I just want to keep shuffling. I'm just going to keep shuffling until it feels good. I feel like I have to do 2 more. I'm shuffling the living heck out of this deck. Yeah, this one is the last one. Okay, so... I don't know where that came from. So how was Pile 3's person feeling during this last interaction with them about Pile 3? So I gotta... we have the 6 of Wands with victory in a reverse, and we have the 4 of Wands. Damn. Or you guys might have been at some, like, a game, like a football game, or like a sports game of some sort. Or you were watching a game together. Like, I'm filming this in early December 2022. All these readings are timeless, so if you find it in, like, the year 3029, then it's still applicable. Who knows what YouTube, if YouTube will still exist in that year. That'd be so interesting. Anyways, I'm filming this right now, and I'm not following it, so I have no idea, like, what stage we're in. But the World Cup is currently going on, so if you're watching this video soon, like, close to when it comes out, maybe you guys were watching that. I don't know, but I'm getting that type of vibes for sure. Okay, so what was this person feeling about Pile 3 the last time that they interacted? Do I have to take all these? I'm gonna put them back, because this is not... Okay, 1 card, please. 1 card at the time. What was this person feeling about Pile 3 last time that they saw each other or interacted with each other? There you go. We have the Ace of Pentacles with opportunity. Yeah, this is kind of reiterating what I said earlier. They kind of felt like... yeah, they lacked the opportunity to truly spend a lot of time and to, like, really connect with you, I feel like. Maybe indeed, like, you had some, like, you were bouncing off of each other just, like, with wit and talking to each other randomly here and there, just, like, looking at each other, joking together, but there was not a very good opportunity to, like, truly be with you one-on-one, indeed. And maybe if you guys were sort of like, for those of you who were actually like in some type of competition with this person, you might have won like a game against them or something. But what were this person's feelings? What was this person feeling last time that they interacted, during this interaction? That is way too many cards. I feel like we do have to take this one. The Eight of Wands with action in reverse. I feel like, Spirit, this is kind of, it doesn't tell me anything new. How was this person feeling about pile 3? How was this person feel? Because we've seen that they had some feels. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords with ambition in reverse. More about this person's feelings. We have the Four of Pentacles with security. Ooh. We have the Two of Swords in reverse and the Fool. I'm gonna take 2 more because this is very much not satisfying. 2 more cards, please. About this person's feelings. How is this person feeling? Okay. We have the Magician in reverse with creation. Okay, I guess we're gonna take these 2. We have the Sun in reverse with clarity and the Five of Cups in reverse with loss. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Strength in reverse. What? Damn. I feel like this person was wondering whether this was actually gonna, like, if you guys would actually end up getting closer with each other. It would definitely not surprise me if you guys haven't really connected properly, like with the 2 of you. Like, it might be that you guys are just hanging out in group settings or like just meeting each other randomly when you guys are with other people. In that case, this person is kind of doubting how/whether you can connect with the 2 of you. Because this person definitely has a little bit of this person might have a mutable moon. And I'm guessing that a lot of you don't even know this person's moon sign and this person's birth chart. Anyways, the signs that we have Leo. We have more Leo. We have Gemini and Virgo with Mercury energy. We have Aquarius/Aries with the Fool here. Yeah. I'm not entirely... There's no very deep feelings yet. There's for sure wondering and contemplation, but I feel like this person has a lot of doubts. A lot of doubts. And they feel like perhaps, could it be that you are with someone else, or that you are maybe flirting or enmeshed with someone else, perhaps like in your friend group? This person is definitely not very sure, and they would want to make a step towards you and kind of create something with you, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like this person is just wondering a lot, just having a lot of questions, just fidgeting in their mind. Wouldn't surprise me if they were an air sign too, by the way. They would want to like send you a text or just like talk to you directly, but they might not be sure of what to say because perhaps you guys don't even know that much about each other. And I want to say they're not entirely sure how to act. They're not entirely sure if they should be, because they know that you like that witty interaction with them, and they like it too. But they're not entirely sure of how to get beyond that, or how to get below that, or how to get a little bit more serious, if that makes sense. This person definitely lacks clarity, and they're not entirely sure of I want to say like where to put their hands, where to like, how to go on about this. This is, there's so few answers in this spread. I am amazed, actually. Should I pull more cards? Should I pull more cards? Because this is not telling me a lot. This is just telling me that this person has a lot of confusion, a lot of doubts. A little bit directionless, if that makes sense. They definitely feel a lot of joy, about you, and when they're with you, just a lot of positive, sunshiny, happy type of energy. And again, there's no existing already like super deep feeling. There's definitely like attraction and interest as of now, but it feels like a very underdeveloped type of, I'm getting the word crush. Like this person has a very big crush on you, and perhaps like you came here to ask about someone else, and this was not the person that you were asking about. This is so interesting. I want to pull more cards. Which deck should I get? Let me. Okay, I'm going to take a card from this Amor Psyche or Amor Psyche, whatever you want to call it, deck, and I'm still kind of studying it, so I'm going to probably have to read from the guidebook. What question are we gonna ask? How does this person feel? How does this person feel? Okay, I want to take two questions. How does this person feel about pile 3 just right now? How does this person feel about pile 3 right now? And 2, what do they want with pile 3? Okay. So how does pile 3's person, or this person that we're talking about, how do they feel about pile 3, please? How do they feel about pile 3, please? What are their feelings towards pile 3? This person doesn't really know what to make out of this situation. That's for sure. It's all a big question mark to this person. They probably also don't know how you feel about them. If you feel just like... this person might be younger than you. And they might feel like you're a little bit out of their league. And they're not entirely sure if you would even like them, if you would even consider them, or even just be wanting to be friends with them. Like, they would probably also not mind just being friends with you. Like, they just really like you. They just really feel called to you, and maybe they're like, I don't know if I would like if I should like feed this crush, or if I should just want to stay friends with this person. It would be all well. Like, they haven't really decided on this yet. So how they feel about you is taking the plunge, which is interesting because we have also take the leap. Now, let me read out of the book about this card. I'm gonna have to cover this. Okay, so taking the plunge. Let me find it. Number 11. Number 11. Taking the plunge. Diving into emotion. In Love Story, he was tired of skimming the surface and engaging with life on a superficial level. He wanted more, so he dove into the deepest level of his subconscious to explore the deepest parts of his heart. He found love on a new level. His love was deeper than he had ever consciously known. Spend time in contemplation and meditation as you listen to the voice within. Water is excellent for bringing out the emotions that are within us as the tide ebbs and flows. If you are able, go and sit beside a peaceful body of water as you take the time for contemplation and self-reflection. How deep can you go? Visualize the ocean of love and dive deep into its depths. Go deeper and deeper into your feelings. Affirmations are, I'm deep, I dive deep. I dive within to explore the treasure to behold. Beauty is within me. So this person, I feel like this person's crush on you and their potential feelings for you ebb and flow. Like this person kind of goes back and forth. Did we have Libra? Yeah, we have Libra energy with the balance thingy and the stag coming through. So this person definitely might. I feel like I think the Two of Swords is Moon and Libra. So definitely this person might have some Libran tendencies, if you will. And I feel like this person goes back and forth, like, oh yeah, I like pile 3, but maybe we should just be friends. But no, I really like them. But also, like, it's really nice to just be friends. But at the same time, there's a lot of intriguement. They for sure have a lot of intriguement, and they want to see what you're all about. they're definitely very eager to spend more time with you. They're definitely very eager to get to know you on a deeper level. You guys might speak different languages, or like your mother tongues might be different from each other. Doesn't have to be, but you know. Yeah. Damn, I don't feel like there's a lot to say in this pile. I'm sorry guys, but I feel like this is just fitting to the energy that this person's in towards you. Now for the second question was, what do they want with pile 3? What does this person want with pile 3? I mean, it would make a lot of sense if this person was a Libra, truthfully, but what does this person want with pile 3? What do they desire? Okay. Oh, damn. Okay, so we have loving yourself, number 8. Now, let me take the guidebook again. Where did I put it? Oh, number 8, loving yourself. Damn. I am my own better half. Hand me that mirror, my friend. I need to have a closer look. Friendship. A true friend will hold up a looking glass so that you What? Oh, I skipped a line. A true friend will hold up a looking glass so that you might see the best parts of yourself. Fortunately, she was able to espy? I have no idea what that means. I'm sorry, guys. The best part within her through the mirror of friendship. Also, I guess we need to see. And she loved herself. She loved the way she looked. She loved every inch of her body, mind, and soul. And that love radiated outward, not only to come back tenfold. This person... I feel like this person wants you to know how awesome they think you are. And again, this thing about, like, this card is about friendship. So, like, this person is very indecisive about whether it should be appropriate for them to feel more than just friendship, or if they should just be wanting to be friends with you. And the reasons why will differ for everyone. Maybe it's just because you already have someone, and maybe it's because they feel like they're out of your league. Maybe it's because they don't know how you feel about them. But they definitely freaking love your energy, and they really want to, like, spend time with you and talk with you, and they're really curious to know what you're all about. And I feel like they're like, I can see the energy that you portray outwards, and you're such a sunshiny type of person, but I really want to see more of that. I want to see what's below the surface as well. And again, I feel like this definitely also wouldn't surprise me if this person had like Libra and Leo placements, or perhaps you have Leo placements. But they definitely, like, if they got the chance and if they got the balls, I want to say, they would just go on a raving rant about how awesome you are, how beautiful you look, and how amazing your energy is, and how funny you are, and how how much in how high of a regard they hold you. They have this very nice, warm feelings towards you, whatever they are, whatever they might develop into. They definitely really admire you. They're freaking happy to be around you, and they absolutely adore you. And maybe they don't even know, indeed, like, if it's love or friendship or whatever else. But this is all I'm getting for you, pile 3. Sorry if it's not the answers that you were looking for. But this is a situation. This is just the energy right now. So let's take some advice for you, pile 3. That was a very bad shuffle. Let's take some... That was another very bad shuffle. Let's take some advice for pile 3. What to do about this situation. So what advice do we have for pile 3, please? The name Sebastian might be relevant. Breath of the Cosmos. My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. And we have jump in. Jump in and draw in an energy adventure. Say yes to change. I feel like whatever this is saying is just like, go for whatever feels right for you. If you feel like reaching out to this person, do. If you feel like telling them something, do. If you feel like just staying in your lane and waiting for them to make a move or something, then just do exactly that. Trust that the universe has plans, both for this connection and for anything outside of this connection. For you, like, everything is developing and unraveling as it needs to. And definitely, perhaps, like, you might want to, if you feel inspired to ask this person to, like, go on an adventure together or go do something together, then definitely do so, because you guys might have, like, a better time than you can even ever expect. And I feel like this person would definitely be up for it. So, okay, let's ask Moonolgy what she has to say about this situation. Moonolgy, can you give us a little bit of insight about perhaps what's to come? Do you have some predictions or advice? Something like that for pile 3 about the situation, please. Oh, God. Okay, so we gotta take these. We gotta take these. Nothing yet is set in stone. Yeah, this just, again, this person has no idea of what's going on, so that's why we didn't get, like, clear answers. Balance spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces, and have faith in your dream, waxing crescent moon. I'm getting also, focus on you. You do you. Don't wait on this person. Although I'm not necessarily getting the impression from you that you're doing that, but definitely don't. If this person is kind of like being too slow for your standards, then don't wait up at night for their text or something. Like, just keep doing you, and you are on your own path. And if people want to join you on your path, then that's awesome, but you should not just, like, stop and look back or, like, try different paths just because other people are not joining you on yours. Does that make sense? Like, you will find the people that are right for you on your path, because they will be willingly jumping on that path too, because they also recognize that that's their path. So that's something very specific. Oh, and we have confidence is your key to success with new moon in Leo on here. Now let's take some few cards from the Moon Witch Oracle. So what last words of advice do we have for pile 3, please? So we have, we have this card, another thing too. Coven, power of sisterhood. And transformation, shed, let go, make room for greatness. I want to take, I guess we're taking, I want to take one more, not 3 more. I want to take one more, please. One more for pile 3, please. Yeah, I'm getting just take care of yourself and follow your own goals. And I don't feel like this is just a reiteration of something that you're already doing, because I don't feel the need to, like, actually give that to you as advice, because that's something that you might be struggling with. Like, I mean, it could be this. We also had in another pile, waxing gibbous. It's okay to change the direction, and new moon with fresh start, new beginnings. This is just think about yourself, take care of yourself, do you do you, boo, and whoever is meant to follow will, and you're on your own path of growth. And I don't think that you're even in the state of letting anyone stopping you from doing that. Coven, definitely focus a lot on your, I want to say, like, your friends who are a lot in feminine energy. This doesn't have to be girls, just people who are in tune with that feminine energy, because that's probably very beneficial to you right now. And feel free to experiment, feel free to explore. It doesn't have to be how it always has been done. You can do things differently, and I don't know what this applies to specifically, but that's just something that just came through for you. You're here to pave your own freaking path. And yeah, I don't have many more words for you, pile 3. I feel like you have very clear ideas, honestly. And if you're dealing with someone who has no clear idea of what they're doing, how they feel, what they want, then it's really up to you to see if that energy fits within you or not. I really feel this energy of like me being detached. I don't even want to give you any advice because you know exactly what you're doing and you know exactly what to do and you know exactly who you are. Yeah, that's truthfully it, pile 3. I really hope that you got some insight and that you got some of the information that you were hoping for, that this information was somehow helpful to you. I definitely love doing your reading. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards, and as per usual, please feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know how this resonated with you, and also feel free to leave a like and subscribe. That really helps on thetube.com with the algorithm. And thank you again so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.